It was all so much simpler before I believed in ghosts. You see, I never thought much of the supernatural. That was until I took a job that changed everything. For months, I had been job hunting, wandering from place to place, desperate. Finally, after what felt like forever, I found something. A night shift job at a small hotel. I knew my situation at home, poverty, uncertainty, demanded that I take whatever came my way. And so, with a heavy heart, I agreed to the night shift at this hotel. Working the night shift at a hotel seems easy at first. You meet interesting people, or at least that's what I thought. In reality, it's all about staying awake through the night. There's nothing to it, unless you count the long hours staring at a computer screen. If a customer shows up, great. If not, well, that's your time. But as night falls and the shadows grow longer, something shifts. The lobby is lit, yes, but outside, it's pure darkness. A silence that presses down on you. The worst part, being alone in that massive space. No one to talk to, no one to share the load. The hours pass and the isolation becomes more intense. You can't help but feel like the world has forgotten you. It's just you, the darkness, and that eerie silence. Sometimes, just before dawn, a family or traveler checks in. Their smiling faces remind you there's life outside. But even that smile feels fake, like you're trying to convince yourself you're not alone. Once they leave, it's back to the emptiness, just waiting for the morning light, waiting for dawn. Now here's the problem with working the night shift. As the night deepens, my heart begins to race. I can feel the pressure building. I know it sounds crazy, but I started hearing things. In the beginning, I told myself it was just the stress. But then, one night, I couldn't ignore it anymore. The hotel lobby's layout is straightforward. A big glass door, the common area with a couch, a small breakfast area. Then there's the door that leads to the pool area. Everything is compact, almost cramped. It wasn't much, but I didn't mind. I wasn't there for design. I was there for the paycheck. But there was something strange about the pool area, something that felt off. After a few nights, I started noticing it. I'd hear things, a sound, just out of reach, like someone was standing just beyond my sight, watching me. The first time it happened, I laughed it off, probably just my mind playing tricks. But as the hours ticked on, that feeling wouldn't go away. Then came the night of the bell. It was 4 a.m., the hour when you feel most alone. I was half asleep when the bell rang, breaking through my haze. I rushed to the door, barely awake. But when I looked through the glass, there was no one there. I thought maybe it was a prank, someone was messing with me. But then, the bell rang again. This time, I was faster. I was already at the door before the bell could finish its toll, but again, nothing. The parking lot was empty, not even a shadow. I felt stupid. It's just the job, I thought, trying to shake the unease that had settled in my stomach. The next few nights passed without incident, or so I thought. By then, I had gotten used to the oddities, to the strange feelings of being watched. But nothing could prepare me for what happened next. The manager had given me more tasks, including cleaning around the pool area. The lights in that part of the hotel were dim, too dim. The pool's edge was barely visible in the dark. I never liked it. There was always something about that corner that seemed wrong. But that night, it was worse. As I bent down to pick up some leaves, I saw it. In the reflection of the pool, something moved. It wasn't a shadow. It wasn't the wind. I spun around, heart pounding, nothing. Just the empty, quiet pool. I told myself I was imagining things, that I was just tired. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. It got worse. The next few weeks were a blur of unease and creeping fear. And then one night, everything changed. There was a storm, a violent one. The news said it would be bad, that the power would go out. And sure enough, it did. The entire hotel went dark. Silence flooded the lobby. A silence that was almost suffocating. I was alone. The lights, the hum of the refrigerator, even the computer, all gone. The only sound was the storm and the wind that rattled against the walls. I thought I was the only one awake. Then, the phone rang. It was a guest, a young man, barely 18 or 19. He was complaining about the water heater. He wanted me to fix it, but I couldn't, not with no power. I apologized, told him I couldn't do anything. After a short conversation, I hung up, and that's when I heard it. A voice, a woman's voice, coming from the walls. Soft, but clear. A cry of pain. It echoed through the empty hallways, sending a chill down my spine. I grabbed the flashlight. It flickered, weak and unreliable, but it was all I had. I turned it around, shining it into the dark, and that's when I saw her. She was standing by the door. Her face was wrong. Eyes hollow, skin pale and cracked. Her face was almost unrecognizable. It was as if someone had shattered it, twisted it. She didn't move, just stood there, staring at me. My body froze. My breath caught, and for the first time in my life, I couldn't move. I didn't know what to do. What was happening? Was I imagining this? The light flickered again, and she began to move slowly towards me. I could feel my heart pounding, my chest tightening. I finally snapped out of it. I bolted for the back room, slamming the door behind me. I didn't look back, not for 1 second. I sat there, my hands shaking, my mind racing. The next morning, I told my colleagues, but of course, no one believed me. They laughed it off as if I were joking, but I wasn't. I knew what I saw. I don't know what's real anymore, but every night as the shadows stretch and the silence creeps in, I wonder if that woman will come back. Will she be there, waiting for me?